I once owned a pop-up tent, and then I lost it. So I went the other way and I got a giant tent that was just like a huge long setup. I figured I'd go from one end, tiny pop-up, giant tent. But I'm only going away for like a day this weekend and I need just something quick. So I got a brand new pop-up tent. And today it's Friday and we're gonna compare the two. See what's better, the giant, huge tent or the meager little pop-up daddy. All right, that was weird. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's just go. So the first thing that I notice and that we should all notice together is the giant bag. And I mean, this thing is huge and heavy. And now I got a little disc and it comes in a backpack. And I weighed. It's huge. It is huge and I can run with it. I can do just so many activities. This is a game changer. Look, I'm flying. Okay. Now, let's get rid of that and let's start working on the setup. So this setup is something else. And it took me so long to get this damn tent set up. And I had to edit it so much. And this thing is fast forwarded so much. Like I literally had to download this video and re-put it in the editor just because the editor wouldn't speed it up that fast. And I had to do that twice. But this thing takes forever to set up and it's so complicated. And I love it, don't get me wrong. But it is just, look at that. Not even on phase 2 yet. There we go, phase 2. So you get the main center up. Once you figure out what poles go there, then you're free to start setting up the different wings. And that's where I get, well, you're looking at it. And slow-mo. That's it. Stick the landing. Okay, now for the grand tour. This thing is huge. And if you went through all the trouble to do this setup, this is kind of worth it. Because say on a site where you're only allowed to have one tent, this is like having 3 or 4 or even 5. And here's like my room. Nothing's staked down, so that's why that side fell down. But has multiple rooms, plenty of places for Gus to play. And then just shove that. If it was staked down, it wouldn't fall down. Also, I may have broken that stake a year or 2 ago. And Gus cameo in now. All right. By comparison, we have my new quicker tent that I'm going to use this weekend. And let's see how it compares. I did not speed this up. I did a little cutting like on the first one, but I didn't speed it up. And time. We have ourselves a tent. And that is just amazing. And cue Gus. That a boy. So here's the tour of this tent. It's a little... This is the part where the other tent takes the cake in the post setup. But still, this is quite a roomy tent. Really. Like, check it out. Boom. You know how many people we could fit in there? At least 10. Oh my gosh. Like, there could be 20 Gus's. That's a game changer. And I'd like to state right now, I am just sweating profusely because it was so hot and I wore pants. Anyways, here is the side-by-side of my tent collection. I'm sweating so bad. Why did I wear pants? See, I told you I was sweating because I wore pants. And, yeah, I just called that. Anyways, here I go with just the worst teardown ever. And that might be the one thing about these quick pop-up tents, is you have to know how to tear them down, because you'll just end up like this, just over and over. And here I'm leaving to go look at tutorials. The bad news is that I didn't look at a good tutorial, and this left me in the same exact position of not being able to do that. There I am looking at the plans and still not being able to tear down this tent. Here I go again. And Gus is getting concerned. And I am also getting concerned with my own mental state. Here I am leaving defeated to go watch more tutorials. But now, I figured it out. It was easy. I was missing one little thing. And that's the other thing about these tents, is if you know how to tear it down, it just folds right up in a second. And now that I've learned, it's pretty set. I can do this over and over. Actually, I do it over and over. And there it is. The magical little tent thing. And back to the backpack. Pull it on, upside down. There it is. Check it out. Toss the ball, or whatever that was. And we out. Oh yeah. And now, I'm about to set a land speed record for the fastest anyone's ever torn down the largest tent in the world. Now, if you're gonna tear down a tent, you have to do a Naruto run, or else you're not gonna set any records because you're gonna be running too slow. Everybody knows that. And on this teardown, I went a little faster. I still sped it up, because a little faster is just still slow as hell. And maybe it was the same amount of time as the other tent, but that's just because I didn't know what I was doing. And now I know what I'm doing. So here we have it. And then you have to pack it into this bag, which is actually really hard to do. This is a giant tent, and even though it's a big bag, it's just still, I was never good at that. I'm not gonna lie. And that's that. Naruto run. And that is my adventure. Intense. Pop up tent, pop up tent. You gotta pop up tent, gotta pop up tent, pop up tent, gotta pop up tent. You gotta pop up tent. You gotta pop up tent, gotta pop up tent. You gotta pop up tent, gotta pop up tent, gotta pop up tent, gotta pop up tent, and then you pop it, pop up tent. Pop up tent, gotta pop up tent. You gotta pop up tent, gotta pop up tent. You gotta pop up tent, gotta pop up tent. You gotta pop up tent, gotta pop up tent. Pop up tent, gotta pop up tent, 'cause I then pop in a pop up tent. You gotta pop up tent in a pop.